So our next guest speaker is Elizabeth Lawton, and she lives in North Beach and has been meditating since 1993 and became more focused on meditation as a way of living since 2007, where she became a holistic health coach and integrative nutrition. But more recently, Elizabeth completed her first 300 hours in yoga teaching training in Bali, Indonesia. As the author of an ebook, A Choice About Change, Essential in Healthier Living, Elizabeth talks about attributes of meditating and encourages this as a daily practice. She is here today to help us have an understanding about meditation and lead us in a very short meditation experience. So bear with us while we change our microphones. Way to do it. Okay.
Namaste, everyone. Namaste is a salutation that comes to us from the East. For those of you who are not familiar with this lovely salutation, it means that I honor the Divine Spirit in you. This salutation is about 5,000 years old, as far as the documentation goes, as far as we know. And this is probably also how long we've been meditating, maybe even longer than that. My history in meditation, as you hear, is not quite that long. In 93, 94, I went through a very, very tough time in my life. And as a part of my recovery, I started working out every morning. I was running on the beach. I was a big runner back then. And I would run, I don't know, for quite a while. I did marathons, in fact. At the end of my run, I would sit down on the beach and I would just zone out with the sound of the waves and the seagulls and watching the sunlight just on the top of the water. Unbeknownst to me, I was meditating. I didn't know that's what it was. In fact, I just sat there until something inside of me said, okay, time to go. And then I would get up and I would start my day. So we're going to fast forward a little bit to 2006, 2007, when I decided to become a holistic health coach. That's all of a story of its own. And during my training, it was an experiential program, and so I had to make myself the client. And part of the training meant I had to meditate. So I started doing it more frequently as part of my training, and by the end of my training I started to really notice some differences that were happening in my life that I hadn't noticed before. And I thought, there's something to this meditating, I got to find out some more about it. So after I graduated in 2007, I did what any scientific person with a scientific mind would do, because I'm an engineer by trade. I studied everything. I spent so much money in that year just going to speakers, teachers, buying CDs, buying books. I just went obsessive compulsive on what meditating was. And so what did I come up with? Actually, it's quite simple. We don't have to get very complicated about it. And that's what I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about, how very simple it is. So why would we meditate? There's really 3 reasons I boiled it down to why we meditate, and I'm going to call them MP3. I call them MP3 because that's familiar to all of us. The M stands for medical. In today's culture, we have what's going on called integrative medicine. And in integrative medicine, we're combining holistic modalities that are coming from the East with conventional therapies that are happening here in the US. And you can see this happening at places of high, Duke University, they're putting out, the doctors are doing that now, at Harvard Medical School, at the Scripps Center, in San Diego with their heart disease programs. And so they're finding meditation as a part of that, their treatment, is very helpful in lots of things. Cancer, it's also used, hypertension, several things, but we don't want to talk about all the medical things today because I could get distracted in that. The second thing is personal. On an every single day basis, you just kind of want to tune in or zone out. You want to get calm. You want to get focused. I find that one of the best values I have gotten from meditating is my sense of acute concentration. I could be in a very loud place and still be able to focus very clearly on what it is that I'm reading. So it's a big value to me. Another value to me, because I'm a little bit of a Nazi when it comes to being healthy, is it lowers my flight or flight response, which is important to me because it aids in digestion. Digestion is very, very important. You can't get those nutrients in if they won't digest. So those are just a couple reasons why personally you would want to do meditation on a regular basis. And the third one is a 3. And you might ask me why I picked a 3 when really it's about spirituality. Spirituality is a very interesting topic. It means many things to many different people. And in my little year of being obsessive compulsive, I learned that there are more ways to meditate than there are religions on the planet, because every single religion has their own way of meditating. So, how you dress, how you sit, everything. I call it 3 to remind me of spirituality because my foundation and my faith is Judeo-Christian. I was raised Catholic. So the 3 is for the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So that's how I remembered spirituality. So that's why reasons that you would want to meditate. Types of meditation. Again, many types of meditation. You could have audio cues to meditate you, to take you to a place of calm. You can have visual cues to take you to a place of calm. You can download MP3s. You can buy tapes. You can buy CDs. But the simplest and honestly most effective way that costs you absolutely nothing is to focus on your breathing. Dr. Andrew Weil was one of my teachers when I was going through my program. And you may know him. He's a big name in integrative medicine in the United States. And he said, breathing is so important. It is possibly the thing that we do that connects our mind, our body, and our spirit, our consciousness and our unconsciousness. So by simply learning how to tune into our breath, we learn how to tune in to that small voice inside of us that we'd like to hear every once in a while that gives us guidance. Okay, so preparing to meditate. Well, simple. You want to eliminate all distractions as much as possible. Physical distractions, mental distractions. Physical distractions. Wear something comfortable, especially when you're starting out. You don't want this tightness here and tightness there and thinking about the tightness. No, physical, clothing. Your environment. Pick a calm place. Somewhere for you, only for you, because this time is about you. You know, I like to wear earplugs. They work very effectively to block out all the noise. As you get a little bit more tuned in to your meditating, everyday things become a meditation. Washing the dishes can become a meditation. Folding the clothes can become a meditation. So, preparing to meditate. Mental distractions. This is probably one of the most challenging ones. One of the things that you will hear is that you need to stop your thinking. The reality is you cannot stop your thinking. Medically proven. You can't stop your thinking. And you're sleeping, you're dreaming, you're thinking. So the best thing that you can do is learn how to calm your mind and to ignore what is going on in your mind and focus away from what is going on in your mind. So you want to be able to turn off the judgment. Turn off the judgment. I got clothes to do. I got to go pick up the kids. Turn off the judgment. So I'm sure you've heard the saying, when you hear a beautiful song, that the music is in between the notes. I like to say that the silence that you're achieving through meditation is the blank space between the words. So as you get sharpened with your acute concentration, you'll almost be able to ignore those words that are coming through and focus on the blankness of the words. But if one of those happen to come through, just be gentle. Thank it very much. I appreciate that note of reminder. Put it over here on the shelf, and then come back to it later. So now, we're going to meditate. I'd like everyone to get really comfortable in your seat. Feet on the floor, arms on the rest if you'd like, perhaps in your lap. Just get really comfortable. Okay? I'd like you to close your eyes. I'm going to get everyone to like you to focus on your breathing. Nothing else, just focus on your breathing. Easy breath. Easy in, easy out. No need to hold your breath, just even. So I'm going to count a little bit for the first 3 rounds, easy, in and out, 4 in, 4 out, and then I'm going to get silent and allow you to focus in on your breath. Ready? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. When you're ready, just take a deep breath in and open your eyes. Come back into the room gently. Life is simple. Everything happens for you, not to you. Everything happens exactly at the right moment, neither too soon nor too late. You don't have to like it. It's just easier if you do. Namaste.
Great. So as the MC, and I have your undivided attention, I have to make a point to what Elizabeth was talking about that helped me so much in meditation, because those thoughts would come into my mind constantly. Shopping list, picking up this, why is someone doing this to me, so on and so forth. And I would become so frustrated, I would say, I'm not doing this anymore, and I would get up and go make my shopping list. And she said something to me a couple of weeks back. She said, when those thoughts enter your mind, just be thankful for them and let them pass and then refocus instead of letting yourself get frustrated. And that's helped me tremendously, and I thank you for that. And I know you mentioned that in your speech, but I had to say something about it because it helped me so much. I hope it helps some of you sitting here in the room.